Aesthetic. It's a word as cool as it looks and sounds. Why I bring it up? Well, I want to upgrade my aesthetic. I don't know what you'd call what I got right now specifically, but I like it, don't get me wrong. I just feel a little too comfortable right now. So I'd like to try and step it up a little bit. Aesthetics are interesting because they are very personalized now. Any outfit, music taste, color combo, or anything else has some type of aesthetic tied to it. And while I say aesthetic, I guess I also refer to style. But don't get it confused, they're not the same thing. Or maybe they are, I don't know, there's mixed results. But if they are referred to as different, the definitions go like this. Style is subjective and reflects a personal side of somebody. A person's style might not seem great to you, but it could be perfect for them. On the other hand, aesthetics are more broad and tend to define characteristics of a style in an objective way. At least that's how I've come to understand it. Aesthetics are a good way to figure out a style you like, so let's look there. Okay, aesthetics. There's a lot. And they're trendy as all heavens now. Or maybe they always have been and the internet only amplified it, which could make sense, but while I think there has been different aesthetics across different mediums, I'd argue more now than ever you see a super combination of all the media for an aesthetic. An aesthetic isn't just the clothing you wear, it's the music you listen to or the life you live, it's all of it. Core. Dreamcore, cottagecore, clowncore, there's a lot of them, and people can't seem to agree on what qualifies as what. I've seen people say things like, it's not dreamcore, it's weirdcore. Mainstream people just jumping in on webcore like they understand and other stuff like that. And on my journey to understand all of this, all I can think now is, guys, is it really that big of a deal? Do we really need labels for all of this? But then I stopped myself, because for many people, it is a big deal, and I don't know if I know enough to be the person to take away from those experiences. These subgenres of aesthetics are how people express themselves, how people convey those specific emotions, how they can control what they view and what they want to be viewed as, and how they can discover themselves. And I guess from that point of view, I can totally understand why it would be frustrating if people are misrepresenting an aesthetic you seek to share. And it can be tough to be able to create an aesthetic that enough people understand. Trying to find objectivity in subjective experiences is not an easy task. But then maybe they themselves just view the aesthetic through their lens, so maybe that's what they see it as and it's not actually the correct way to view it. And so maybe that's their way of discovering a style they like, derived from an aesthetic. And again, these terms aren't that clear, so people still view them in many different ways, and you know what? Yeah, it's a little confusing, but self-expression is good, and if you've got to make your own aesthetic to do that, then do that, doggammit. Like this comment on this YouTube video said, people like what they know they like. And now I jump back to myself. What aesthetic am I looking at for inspiration? I don't know. Maybe a maximalist internet vibe? Maybe more sleek and corporate. What about dark techno, vintage, universe-expanding DS vibes, soft pastel, grunge, hyper-internet, realistic horror, emo, punk, goth? I don't know. There's a lot going on with all of these, and they all have different qualities, and honestly, I still don't know. I'm sure somebody could take the style I have now and put it into an aesthetic, and maybe that would help me a little bit, but maybe I want to do some experimenting still. Learn about other aesthetics, see what I can vibe with and what I can't. I think what I've learned here is that aesthetics can help you learn more about yourself, and while it can be easy to get caught up in the label part of them, aesthetics are made to help narrow down that feeling, that vibe, that style you're looking for. And I don't think it's right to let it limit you though. It should help you expand, experiment, and discover who you are, and eventually we can create styles we all love. So observe what you love and see if anyone has taken the time to put core at the end of the word that describes it, and then go from there. At least that's what I'll do. And eventually, I'll try to create a style I jive with. And at the bare minimum, I'll like it. So, with that being said, see you all next week.